with graduation happening and our kids finishing another semester, I have been following the parent page.
Okay.
Oh.
And it also made me think, I thought maybe this would be fun, like all these needy questions that are coming up. And I just think we're in our mid 40s to 50s. Like, how did we survive without a cell phone and without a tracking service and without the internet of our parents? Like, I went to Spain for 2 weeks after I graduated from high school with my high school Spanish teacher and had a calling card. That's how I checked in with my mom. So I thought maybe we could talk about kind of the differences, things we did, and then how technology has changed, and the networking and stuff. All right, we're back at it again in our new studio. Welcome. It's not really ours. We're borrowing it, but it's still fancy and new.
It's fancy.
I like
know.
saying that we are in our studio.
I know. Watch out.
In our new digs.
We're here again. Actually, we have recorded, I think, almost 3 days in a row, which is kind of a big deal for us.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
In case you forgot, we are Pause Please, talking about all things midlife, menopause, and mundane. Turns out we have a lot to talk about. We also have things that just come up on the daily. So here we are. It is graduation season.
Lots to celebrate.
Lots to celebrate, lots of feelings. None of us have any feelings happening because nobody's graduating at the moment.
No active feelings.
But we have lots of friends and family, which leads me to the parent page again.
So this is the Facebook parent page that you're referring to.
Yes.
Okay.
Every school has it, whether you are in elementary, middle, or high school. For those of you who think that it's not a thing, it is so a thing. It progressively gets worse. I think once you get to high school and beyond, there are tons of parent pages for college. And here's my thing. I appreciate technology. It's a great resource, but my God, the questions that are being asked have already been emailed to you people. I know this because I too am a parent and I too had questions. And I also got an email that answered all my questions. Please simmer down. The current topic is not about graduation. It's about all the baby freshmen coming in and where they're going to live, what dorm they're going to live on. And it is not the students asking the questions. It is the parents who are very concerned that their student isn't going to pick the right dorm and who's lived in this dorm and what are the requirements for this dorm and what is the room size. I mean, some of these questions, yes. I was nervous about the room size and all the stuff that we could fit in there. But here's the thing. They're going to get what they get. That's it. It's just nobody is out to get your kid. If they don't get their first choice, it's not personal. I'm telling you, it's not personal. Also, it's going to be okay. My kid had no roommate picker, no choice on what dorm he was in. He rolled into college orientation. Let me rephrase that. We didn't really do orientation because he was playing a sport. So he rolled into football orientation. And the coach actually said, everybody stand up. Oh, it was just for the freshmen. He said, everybody stand up who doesn't already have a roommate. And 50% of the football players stand up. The boys stand up.
Right.
And he's like, look around the room, go talk to somebody who doesn't have a roommate. And the people we were sitting next to, my son and the other young men looked at each other and they did a head nod and said, hey, you want to be roommates? And they're like, yeah, that sounds good. I kid you not. And that was it.
It should be that easy. It
I
really
mean,
should.
They knew nothing
I'm trying
about
to
each
remember
other.
back freshman year, did we already know at this point where their dorm?
Yes.
I think so,
We
because
did.
I
We
remember doing something in the summer and I was like, I got to go see that specific dorm, whatever, hall, because I want to know about the room again. And it was on the tour. So, but yeah, I think at this point we knew. So I'm very
But there are some needy parents out there, like needy. And so it got me thinking, we can track our children now. If you have an iPhone or Life 360, I do check on mine. I tell him. I don't stalk it 24/7, but sometimes I'm just like, where are you at?
Right. Maybe 23/7.
Right? And I just think about, it's funny and there's memes about it, but I mean, the rule in my house was when you get to so-and-so's house, call me and let me know you're alive. And I would. And then I'd say, okay, I'll be home at this time. And then I'd say, 9:30 or 10. I'm just going to spend the night. And like there were some weekends I stayed the whole weekend from Friday until Sunday, sometimes Monday at my friend's house. I never came home. There was no tracking. I'll be at so-and-so's house. That was it. So I just think,
and you didn't have to pack a bag either. Sometimes you were fortunate enough to have that friend who was in the same size, so you could wear their clothes.
Oh, that was the best part. That was totally the best part.
Wear the clothes on your back.
Yeah. But this got me thinking, like, there is a book out there. Actually, in my department that I work for, they do we actually do a Bible study and a book club. And one of the books that they did, I didn't participate in it, was called The Anxious Generation or The Anxious Society. I don't know, something kind of about.
So did that mean the anxious generation of kids or of parents?
It's the kids, but I have the book. I haven't read it, but it kind of went into what kind of fuels them and builds their anxiety as, professions or professionals that are out there trying to interact and educate them. Anyways, I digress. I just think like some parents, maybe just take a deep breath, be confident in their decision and in your decision. And if you're not, maybe it's not the right place to land. But I just heard this story from my sister, like the last time I saw her 6 months ago. And she told me that she knew she wanted to go away to college. She didn't want to stay in the state. She wanted to go out of state and be independent and do all these things. And I did not go to college. So this was like a new thing for the family. Pick a college. And she knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to be an architect. And she did a summer program for a week at some school, I want to say in Philadelphia, like way on the East Coast. So we were in Washington. She did this flight. We traveled a lot. So traveling was fine. But she said, I got on the plane. I was comfortable flying because we flew all the time. But she said there was no transportation. So at 17 years old, she got off the plane in Philadelphia, got a taxi.
Right.
Not an Uber, people. In case you know, before Ubers, there were yellow cars called taxi cabs. Let me tell you, again, she was in a big city, Philadelphia. She got her bags from the airport, got in a taxi with somebody she didn't know without a cell phone and said, take me to this university. And I said, are you kidding me? Did our parents know this? And she was like, yeah. I called Dad and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he said, get a taxi.
That's it. Just do it.
I mean, I feel like if I were to suggest that to some parents, their like little heads would explode.
And what's weird is that, the generation of parents that are actually sending their kids to college now are very much like our age group, right? So we all grew up pretty much the same,
I guess,
without those things.
Yeah.
And I cannot wrap my head around, put yourself in their shoes, right? I mean, you were once this age and what did you do? And maybe that's what's freaking me out.
True.
Well,
true.
With all of this technology that we have, you would think, oh, it's so easy. We're just going to let them go. But maybe that's just it. Like we rely on it so much and we think, oh, we have all of this information. We have all of this data. So moms and dads are going to help their kids as much as possible. They're not completely hands off. So that could be the flip side of it too.
Yeah, but when did we turn into that society, right?
I mean, do you guys remember that? We all three of us have had different walks into different things. So my sister did that. I went to Europe, not by myself. I went with a group, but I went to Spain with my Spanish teacher and like 6 people from high school. One of them was my neighbor, like a friend, and the rest of them were like, I guess, acquaintances to another country. I did not have a cell phone. We didn't have those. We didn't have the interwebs up and running like they are now. And my mom sent me with the prepaid calling card. Do you remember those? Yes. And I would stay up really late or wake up really early to call home or call my boyfriend. That's how I stayed in touch. Every like couple days, I would call them. Like, that's it. Yeah. Hi. Like, I'd have to whisper because you roomed with somebody else. So funny. Like, I think.
Or when you call collect, hey, I'm okay.
Yes.
Right.
Call collect, right?
Yes. Name, hey, I'm okay.
I don't know. It just made me think. Now, I mean, I have things that stress me out. I still get super anxious when my kid gets behind the wheel and goes outside of the city limits. I know that's lame, but I just get nervous.
Yeah,
I do too.
And he makes so much fun of me. I'm like, are you sure? It's nighttime. Maybe you should just stay the night and drive home. And he's like, Mom, get a grip. I'm fine. I'm an adult. I can drive. And I'm like, I know, but just be safe. And he's always like, oh my gosh, just simmer down, would you? So I understand and I appreciate the anxiety, but even you and I were just talking, Sheila, but if we continue to just do everything, what are we putting out into society, right? Can they call and make their doctor's appointment? Can they look at their bank account and realize that there's been a fraudulent purchase on there? Or my son is kind of like lackadaisical. He's just sort of trusting with everybody. He's getting ready to go his first apartment. And so we've been talking about what does that mean and splitting the rent and yada, yada. And he's going to stay here near the college campus. So they kind of have rent worked out pretty easy, but not everything. So I was talking to him like, well, you guys would probably want to talk about groceries. Do you share the bill? Do you buy your own? And he's just like, Mom, we'll just split everything. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
I mean,
you're going to split that box of Cheetos or box of whatever
and
right in half.
I do catch myself because I'll keep going and I'll keep going and I'll keep going. And then I'm thinking, you know what? He'll learn. He'll figure it out. He'll get taken advantage of and he's going to be really upset about it.
And blame you.
But like, that's how we learn, right? And it just seems like sometimes we get stuck so far in the weeds of like having the perfect dorm or the perfect this. Now, I'm not saying that I don't want all of the wonderful things for my child. I do. I want to give him everything and shelter him from anything that would be harmful. But I also realize that that is part of life. That makes us who we are. I don't wish anything traumatic and horrible and awful to happen. But, if you don't
you got to push him out of the nest and say, fly, little bird.
Best roommate your freshman year of college, you're going to grow. Your girls had an experience like that. They were like, no, not the best roommates ever. Did they die? They did not.
No.
They realized this is not for me, which is a great thing. But if you think that everything's perfect and everybody's going to get along and tell you everything that you want to hear and you're deserving of this room because your name is X, Y, and Z, like it's not how we got here, people.
No.
That's all. I'm done with my rant.
Darn parent groups.
I know, right?
Yeah. I just want to yell through the computer when I see some of these posts from parents, and I get it. I mean, I can be a sensitive type, and we want so much for our children, right? We want the very best. It needs to be this way and that way. But what were they put on this earth for us to love on them and nurture them and to set them free?
Right.
We cannot be there every step of the way. We certainly have a whole lot of resources so that we can get them to the right path.
Yes.
But they soon need to use their own resources to get where they need to be.
Well said, Sheila.
And I think a lot of that does help when they're actually out on their own. My daughter was a state away, so dorm year was fine. The following year and then thereafter, she was always in an apartment. So she had to learn and grow up pretty quick. And so the things like groceries and how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
That was something she had to learn definitely her sophomore year. Same with my son.
Yeah.
Moving in with 3 other kids. It's like, okay, and all boys. And you're like, oh my God. They learn and they learn quick. And then they know what they can and cannot rely on mom and dad for. You want to go out and do this? That's on you, bud.
Mine's a little annoyed that we're having some boundaries now and we're not paying for everything.
Sorry.
Well,
you
surprise,
want to be an
surprise.
adult and you want to do that.
Right.
Have at it.
Right. And out of necessity, these kids are going to learn pretty quick, just like you said.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's going to be in their face and mom and dad aren't going to be around all the time. So they got to figure it out.
But they know when to also like give you that little look or tell you, oh man, the economy is hard. Yes, sure is.
Your kids say that to
The
you?
kids are saying it?
Oh my word.
What?
Mine would never say that. At least not right now.
Both of them said it. Man, the economy's hard.
Oh,
Gas is up the roof. I said, it sure is.
Oh, yeah. Because, see, I'm sure yours do too, but our kids pay for their own gas because you have decided that you want to go gallivanting. So, that's up to you if you want to use up all your gas. But mom and dad aren't going to give you any money for that.
Yeah, I think we started doing that in high school when they both got jobs. I'm like, well, you want to drive around everywhere? Because, my parents, I remember doing that.
yeah.
The minute we had jobs, our parents were like, if you want to drive that car, you're going to put gas in it.
I paid for my insurance and my gas. I think
you
I got
did?
1 tank of gas a month from my parents.
Oh, I didn't have to worry about insurance. Probably
Apparently I
until
had the mean parents.
Well, it taught you to be pretty responsible. Right now, we are spoiling the kids. They don't pay for their own cell phone or their car insurance right now.
Oh, mine pays for his car insurance. It is rough. Boy, car insurance. Thousands.
Yikes.
Thousands. It's due in July. Don't forget, son. That's the other thing he said to us. So he wants to get this apartment, and you got to pay first month's rent when you sign the lease, in case you didn't know that, right? First month's rent and deposit. And he was like, what?
And deposit. Did you know that part too?
Wasn't in the paperwork.
It's right there in black and white, son.
Yeah.
I showed him.
What do you mean? I have to read the contract?
And
You
then,
don't just sign your
and
name on
then
it?
we were like, don't forget your insurance is due. And his little eyes got all big. Can you guys help? And I was like, nope. Because he's also getting his wisdom teeth out.
Oh, is he paying for his wisdom
No,
teeth?
my husband said, you can pay for your wisdom teeth or you can pay for your car insurance. And he was like, I'll pay for my car insurance.
Right, attaboy.
Anyways, it just kind of made me think, I don't know, like, how did we survive without the internet? Like, I distinctly remember getting our first computer. It was a little black and white Macintosh with the itty bitty screen. I'm holding my fingers up. Nobody can see. Do you remember that one?
Bigger than that.
No, I swear it was teeny tiny, an itty bitty black and white screen.
More like that.
And I think the only thing I did on it was type in like a Word document.
Yes, like using a word processor.
Did you play Oregon Trail a lot?
I didn't play Oregon Trail. I played the thing where you bounce the brick.
Oh, Pong.
Yeah, that thing. And we did that a lot.
Remember the printer that had like, it was in a spool?
Yes.
And you would print out banners.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
H on one page,
Right.
A on another.
Right. With the perforations on either side.
Yes.
I would do happy birthday banners.
Yes.
And then when color ink came out on that printer.
Watch out.
Ooh, big deal. Yeah, how did we survive? What about driving to places? We didn't have MapQuest or anything like that.
No.
Girl, I knew all the back roads. I'm telling you, I knew all the back roads. I did grow up in kind of I would call it a smallish town. Like, you had to pay attention.
You did. My dad, he would have to look at a map, right? So you grab a map from AAA because they were for free.
Or the Thomas Guide.
Right, or the Thomas Guide. But
Never heard of that.
Oh, my word. It must be a West Coast thing.
Okay, we have to look into that.
We're going to
Westerners.
circle back to that. Hold that thought.
We will circle back to the Thomas Guide. But yes, we would grab a map and look up wherever we were going. And my dad, he was so good at this. I wasn't nearly as good, but he would drive to a location and remember how to get there the next time. He wouldn't have to refer to the map again. But me, I'd bust out with unfolding accordion style map.
I actually bought a map. I'm pretty sure I still have it. When we drove here from Washington, my husband and my son came about 2 weeks before I did. I closed up the house and did all the stuff. And so my mom came with me and we bought a map and she mapped it out. With the highlighter, every so from my home to our first stop. It was actually kind of fun. It was kind of fun. And then she'd do it there. So we have the map of where we drove and where we stopped.
You should frame that.
I should. I think my husband did it too. Well, at least he had the map. Anyways, but we did get it from AAA because it was free.
That's right.
Oh my God. I've never heard of this.
Did you not use a map?
Well, my dad would get the maps, and I'd always thought they were from the store. So.
Oh. I mean, you could buy them at the gas station.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they were coming from, or HEB at the time.
Okay.
So.
But no, these were free because you were a member, so you can go get them anywhere.
I remember. Do you remember the AAA travel store?
Yes. And you would also...
It's like luxury.
You know what I remember too? They would have a lot of discounts for certain trips.
Yeah.
So for instance, you could get tickets to Disneyland at AAA.
It's exactly, I think AAA travel and I think Disneyland. That's it. Like, that's the only thing you used it for was roadside assistance and a trip to Disneyland.
Right. We are not sponsored by AAA, by the way.
We would like to be, and we would love to go to Disneyland.
Yes, I've never been.
It's crazy.
That's on my bucket list. So one day I'm going to hit all of the Disneys.
I'll go to Disneyland and I'll go to Florida with you, but that's it. Oh, wait.
What were some of the other
cell phones
inconveniences
well,
that we had?
Do you remember so for a really long time, my dad worked out of the house. It was like he made it this super big, like special deal. And he had his own little office. And it was a super big deal when we got a fax machine. And then we got the computers, right? And then we only had one computer.
Yes.
Mind blown
house.
For the entire house.
Yes.
So I would wait until nighttime because he was using it during the day for work and I would use it at nighttime. Like I would ask permission to use the computer if I had to type up a report. Remember when we do the reports with the little plastic sleeve and the little thing you'd stick on the binder?
Slide,
yes.
on the
those
side.
are my favorite. I loved those.
Those were the fancy how you turned in your book report.
Yes. The book report. Yes.
I always believed that you got a better grade if you submitted it in one of those sleeves.
Agreed.
I was the same.
That's what my dad
I'd
told
make
me.
my mom go buy me those things. And I, of course, was like the only studious student in the family. So.
Toot. She's just tooting her own horn. Right. But I distinctly remember when we got AOL, which we called
dial-up.
America Online Dial-Up. A distinct memory, you guys, that my dad's office was downstairs. We had a split-level house, so it was downstairs. It had a window to the backyard. The computer sat on the desk that looked out, and you... Like, people talk about this, but it is so real. It would dial up and make that terrible screechy noise. And when somebody picked up the phone, it would kick you off. And it was like the worst thing ever. To yell up the stairs, I'm on the computer. Oh my gosh. Or we would say, I'm going down to get online. I don't even remember what we did. What did we do? Chat rooms? I think that's the first thing was chat rooms.
A couple of chat rooms, yes.
Also, what were our parents thinking? Just letting us chat with all these rando strangers?
So open.
That's what we did.
Right.
That's all it was. Like, you didn't know who you were talking to. Weird.
And we're okay.
No creepy people.
Nobody
on
came
the
to my
other
house
side.
to abduct me.
Oh my gosh. So I was thinking, like, what do I remember about the internet and like when it kind of took over my life?
I was in
don't
college.
really remember.
I was in college when it took over my life. I got my first email.
MySpace.
I didn't
Do you
do
have a
MySpace.
I'm pretty sure I still have a MySpace. I don't know.
Had AOL for home. At the time, I was at a community college, and we would go into the
Computer lab
there,
Yes.
and the library had computers. So if you were lucky enough to snatch a computer while you were on campus, you could do your homework. That's where you established your email as well, and then that's when you started connecting all of that to your home computer. We had beepers back then. And when you...
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have one of those.
That was probably the only thing I was allowed to have.
Yeah, we had a beeper for like a hot minute.
And then I remember getting all the different colors. I always had to have a purple one, right? And I remember the screen on one was about, yay big.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to write hello, you had to type in the numbers upside down.
Yes. Remember when we would text with our flip phones, but we didn't have a keyboard, so you had to know.
Yeah.
And we did.
Oh yeah, it
like
wasn't
the numbers.
QWERTY.
It was like, and when the keyboard came out, and you'd flip your phone up, right? Or you
I
had the
wasn't
black.
lucky enough to have one of those.
You had the BlackBerry.
Oh, I had a BlackBerry.
Oh, you were the bomb.com,
Yes.
Sheila. A BlackBerry.
Well, I think this was closer to, I was probably in my mid-20s.
So my mom got one first for the house, and it was that big, bulky
a cell phone.
cell phone.
Oh, the
We had
brick.
a car phone.
You pull the antenna out, and that's what you were talking on. So I got tired because she sent me to college with that, and I was like,
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
and so I'd go, and everybody's walking around with their nice little Razor phones, and at the time the Blackberries were coming out, and I was like, I took her phone and I went to AT&T and I traded it in, and I got in trouble, of course, but I ended up getting myself a Nokia, and it was a pretty little
do 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 do. And we only had one ringtone, people. We had one ringtone. It's the tone that came with the phone.
Yes.
That's it.
And I remember coming home with the little bitty green flip phone, and I was like, look at, and my mom looked at me and she goes, where's my phone? And I said, oh, I had to give that one up so I could get this one.
Give it up. That's awesome. Man, I wish I could have met your
got
mom.
chewed out. My dad was pissed.
Whoopsies.
But she ended up getting another one. And then after that, I was kind of on my own. So I got put on my own little cell phone plan. And I kept trading up. And I got a different Nokia after that one. That one was, I remember it had like a slider. So it looked like it was a phone, and then you slid it. And that's where the keyboard came out.
I had that one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You could just flip it up with your thumbs.
Yep.
You had arrived when you had that bad boy. Just saying.
Modern technology at that time.
Crazy. So I remember taking typing class in the olden days. We had to learn how to type. I remember
took a typing
doing
class.
it on the
Typewriter.
I'm typing my fingers, like you can see, on the typewriter.
Not a word processor. We're talking manual typewriter.
Oh, I think I learned on a processor because I remember having that fancy little screen. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then when the computer came out, I was like, oh, it wasn't that cool.
Oh no,
all.
we were on the regular typewriters where you would have to
backspace.
Dig deep. Yeah, dig deep, like
Backspace on the correction tape.
Yep.
I did a lot of corrections.
And then the whiteout right next to you in case
yes.
And have to and white it out and scoosh it back down.
and then I remember the transition. We still had to take typing in high school, but we had word processors. But we had the same old book. The book didn't change. I kept typing the same thing every typing class I
took.
The
quick brown
fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Yep.
I don't remember that.
You didn't do that?
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, man.
That's like one of the first things that you learn in typing class because it had all of the letters A through Z.
Nope. Not a clue.
Wow.
Really?
I'm surprised you graduated from high school.
Right?
I know. I'm just kidding.
I was in the smart classes.
So I guess it truly was a revolution. Like, I don't have a distinct moment. I just remember the evolution of it. Like, it was such a big deal. When we got our computer, I didn't know what it was. My parents were making this big deal. We got it on Christmas. And they're like, it's a computer. And we have it on video. And my sister and I are these little elementary school kids like, yay.
What is it?
What does it do? And I think about our children who have always had it in their life and the younger ones coming up.
I'm trying to think when I introduced computers to the kids. They probably got more at school than we actually. No, let's take that back. We've always had a computer, whether we were working on it or not. They were pre-K because they were playing their little games on it. Yeah.
Remember the little leapfrog?
Oh yeah.
So we had that, a learning tool, but it was just
My
a
daughter
little
had a pink
handheld.
one.
Yeah.
And I remember getting all those little pages we had to buy.
Yep.
Toys R Us. That's what I was stocking up on Black Friday was all her little leapfrog pages because they were on good sales.
Or the little computer leapfrog games you could stick in it.
Oh,
by the time the boys,
not the chip, but I know it's like a SD card or something.
Yeah. I was like the game console, but that's the big thing.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness we survived. I mean, I'm just gonna say, whew, it was close, but we made it through life, and we have raised children. So praise the Lord.
We did something right.
I hope so. I do love following the parent pages. I just wonder if people, do they ever go back and read what they post and think to themselves, maybe if I had just thought for 3 seconds before I put that out there, I could have figured it out on my own. That's all I'm saying. It's great to network and have resources. But
Yes, but
8 people asking the same question.
at what point, just got to wonder. These are the same people that grew up like in our same age group. But at one point, did they just go clueless and forget things that really don't matter? I guess.
I just want to say that it's probably because, and this is what I'm telling myself, right? That they just want so much for their kid.
Yeah.
And they don't want them to make the same mistakes perhaps that they did. So they're trying to give them as many resources as they can, but they're just like super anxious.
Yeah.
Because they just want all the right answers.
And you know what's so funny is I shared the story about how my son found his roommate. It could have been a disaster. It was not. They are going to be friends for life. But then when our kids really want something, they will figure it out. So in this next phase, he just has an example, and not, every kid's going to go about it their own way. But like, I think your son did the same thing. You were like, all right, I'm ready to move out. I'm ready to do an apartment. And they found their people and they found roommates. And sometimes a roommate's just a roommate. That's also okay.
Yes. Like this is just your place to sleep and study. And
we got to do it. We got to split the rent. So here's a warm body and we'll do it. But it also brings me just a little bit of pride to know that at least when he wants to do something, he can go out there and do it. And so maybe there is a little bit of that. Like, we kind of do so much for them that they're like, oh, I don't really need to do this because my parents will do it for me. And then when you step back, they actually do. So when your children are telling you, like, Mom, I can do it, let me do this on my own. Maybe they really are saying that because they can.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to make the same decisions we make as mature adults? Probably not.
Like, I wouldn't do it that way. Well, that's fine.
She was staring in my direction.
Oh,
no.
I was thinking about things I did in my 20s. So I'm like, it's probably going to be okay.
They're going to be just fine.
They'll fine. they'll fly, and if not, they'll flutter for a bit, and then
they're going to be okay. They're going to find their dorm. They're going to find their people. They're not really going to be there. They're going to end up with their boyfriend or the guy's dorm down the floor or sleeping at their friend's house. It's just the way it's going to be, and they're going to be okay.
Absolutely.
They're going to have fun, and they're going to be okay.
Yes. So to all you worriers out there who are about to send your little freshman birds into the world,
birds,
let them go.
Fly away, little birdies.
Little bird.
Well, we feel for you. It's going to be okay. We're in the fight. We're halfway through college.
Crazy.
I know. It's insane. Stay tuned. Until next time.
Pause, please.